Hey, so I was reading this Heroes Reborn #1 variant edition. Alright, so it was not a bad read. I hate modern comics, but I love the Squadron Supreme. Back in the 80s when they made the Squadron Supreme 12-issue series, it was like the best thing I ever read at that time. It made you really have to think. And plus, it was cool that they made a Marvel's version of the DC superheroes with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Green Lantern. I think they had a few more on that particular, series. I don't know if they don't have namesakes to them or what. But when I read modern comic books, I'm always looking for these, the political angle or the trying to jam something in there. The closest I saw, to be honest with you, was during this fight. He was talking about free and fair elections, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know. If they are trying to make a point, they're being too vague about it, so who knows. But we have really cool things in here as well, like mashups between our superheroes and supervillains. Well, actually, not just our supervillains. There's no superheroes in this universe except for the Squadron Supreme. So we have Dr. Doom mixed with Juggernaut makes Dr. Juggernaut. It's like amalgam. It's like warps. I like amalgam and warps just because I like mashups. So during that fight, he's talking about how now there's free and fair elections in Loctivia, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, if they're trying to make a point, it didn't land. And then we got their version of Batman. I'm trying to keep it out of the soul, like the shade. And then they have Venom mixed with Black or Red Skull, making the Black Skull. So that's another mashup supervillain. And then here's their Green Lantern. And on this universe, all the superheroes we know, at least the Avengers, they are not Avengers. They are just normal people, sort of. Then my hypersonic Vexes. So we got Silver Witch, which is the Quicksilver. After he died, she absorbed his powers. So now she is the fastest witch alive. And then this one is the Agog, which is like what? Odin and Gog? This one's a little bit more oblivious to me. So anyway. Some fun little reads here. So during this whole time, the only person that remembers the Marvel 616 universe is Blade. And he's trying to find the Avengers. At the beginning, he was trying to find Robbie Reyes. Right here, he's trying to get Thor to recognize who Thor is. And Thor's like, I don't care. Yeah, he's a drunkard. And then our president is not anybody that we know on this earth. It's from the 616 universe. It's Coulson. So, okay, good. They didn't put one or the other political party in there. This is a pretty good little splash page of them fighting their arch nemesis, I guess. Oh, yeah, and Thanos. I don't exactly know who Thanos is supposed to be other than Thanos. Oh, but he does have the infinity rings instead of infinity gems. Let me go back to that one. Here he is. Thanos is just Thanos with infinity rings, so he's kind of like Sinestro, collecting all the different colors of rings, sort of, I guess. I didn't read the Blackest Night. I kind of have a vague understanding of it. Brightest Day, Darkest Night, back before the relaunch of the DC Universe in 2011. Oh, here's a checklist. All right, so I'm thinking about reading the rest of these. Thor summons his hammer accidentally. Blade finds Captain America still in the ice. And then they have some interesting art at the back of it, so I guess this is why this is the deluxe edition. We have Kid Spectrum, which is like Nova. Falcon, Miles Morales Falcon. Yeah, that's a little vague, strange. Final Flight, which is Alpha Flight mixed with something. Not quite sure. They were talking about the different versions of Quicksilver and Wanda they mixed together. Cyber Pixie Punk will fly with a boomstick. Yeah, sorry, there's such a shadow. Things to Come. So they give you an artistic, kind of idea of what's to come. So I just put these four in my app to look up whenever I get to a comic book store. I don't know if any other ones, I need to go to that other checklist now and put that in my app. This was a pretty good little read. I enjoyed it. I don't actually want to read the rest of them. I love alternate universes where it's mashed up. Like, that's one of the reasons this appealed to me back in the 80s. was the Marvel version of, like I said, the Justice League. And then the fact that they actually did mashups of the villains, although this one seems like it's a DC Marvel mashup. But the other ones, this could be a DC Marvel mashup. Now I think about it, well, no, Quicksilver and Wanda. And that's definitely a Marvel mashup. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun little read. I heard it didn't do too well, so I don't know why. I mean, maybe it was because it was during the pandemic time when this was published. But I got this out of the dollar bin, and if I can find more for $1, sure. I mean, that was not a bad read. All right, thanks for watching. It actually took me longer to actually review it than to actually read it, because these modern comics, they're so easy to read. But it's not anything that's going to trigger you if you're a political person in one way or the other that I know of. If there is something I'm missing, let me know. All right, have a great day.